Here we go. Holy smokes. I think I'm just about live. I think I am. I'm hoping so. Yeah. Yeah. I like clicking my teeth to keep time. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Cool, having a fun night. Boy, there's a bunch of latency in the stream, but that's all right. I don't care. It's not too bad. Lots of people streaming. It's Thursday. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. It'd be nice if a bunch of folks showed up to see this thing, but you know, it is what it is. I do what I can do. I hope y'all are having a wonderful Thursday. I had a good one. Got something done at work today, which was really the reason I wanted to do this stream today. Very kind owner of this particular instrument was kind enough to let me bring it home tonight. So I've got it here, and I'm going to get to play it a little bit tonight. You guys will get to see it and the modifications that I've done to it, and made it look nice and pretty. And I'm really excited about it. I haven't played it very much yet, so I'm kind of I want to, as I usually do before I send guitar homes, I like to hang on to them for about 24 hours to let them get all I don't know, used to the adjustments that I've made. It's a very common practice of mine. So really enjoyed doing that. And once in a while, I will ask a client if they would let me bring their instrument home to try it out. And I live in the building where I work, so it's usually not a very big deal for folks. I don't recall ever having anybody tell me, no, you don't want you to take my guitar home. So that's pretty cool. So I got to bring this one home tonight. It's had some pretty interesting modifications done to it. And you'll see those when I get the guitar out. And I will get it out very soon. Probably not going to stay on for much more than a half an hour or so tonight. So if you're hanging with me, I'm not going to be on here all night, because I know there are tons of other people who are doing streams almost every night of the week, and usually for hours and hours. So I don't want to interrupt anybody, which I know nobody cares, but that's cool. I want to have some fun with this thing a little bit tonight. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes to let folks who might want to get here, because I don't know if I'm using Restream right now, and I don't know if YouTube got a notification, so we'll give it a few minutes to let folks show up. Oh, there's Preston. What's happening? Hope you're doing well. I got to check out a little bit of your stream last night, just a bit. I had a very busy evening. We can't all be at every live stream, as we all know. That's tough. That's a tough rope to tow, right? I had a really fun guitar weekend. I know you might appreciate that. Preston was playing live on Friday, and really had a fun show. That's good to hear. Hopefully your health is doing good. I know you're still probably adjusting to the new treatments, whatever that you've got going on for your health problem. I just so you know, man, I'm doing fantastic. I am loving every bit of the new changes to my caring for my it's a disease known as diabetes. I'm really loving what is going on with it. I absolutely love it. I haven't felt this good in a long time. It's been nice. The confidence factor I have in caring for myself and my disease is just like through the roof. It's killer. So really happy about that. And the instances of having even before getting the insulin pump, I didn't have very many lows, but you know, now it almost never happens. Figuring it out, yeah. Oh yeah, yep. Otherwise, yeah, yeah. Keeping clean, that's the best thing you can do. I'm doing the same thing. With respect to keeping clean, you know, I've never done much of any. I've never done drugs or anything like that. Which, you know, I'm sure you're not talking about that, but I have also some new medication and light for solving. Well, not necessarily medication. I'm on a new regiment of vitamin D treatment. It's something that we don't get a lot of sunlight here in the Northwest United States. So getting vitamin D. So I have this new light, which is really awesome. You can kind of see it shining on my hand. And boy, I'll tell you what, I can make that thing, yeah, oh, it'll light it up. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. If he ever wants to talk to someone about it, you know how to reach me. Sometimes it's good to talk to others about the disease. I go to a group once in a while that meets and talks about type 1 diabetes. So, yeah, it's a disease that is, I mean, there's so much other bad shit you can catch out there. So, I feel blessed and lucky that God gave me diabetes, and that's all. So, looks like a few other folks are popping in tonight. Hopefully, everybody again is having a really great Thursday. Mine has been absolutely stellar. And I'm really excited and lucky to have this instrument here at my home tonight. Just really cool guitar that I got to work on over the last few days. Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Jampro, what's up? Hey, I got a guitar that you might like. Yeah, Preston, I'm serious about that. If he ever needs to talk or feeling down about it or whatever, please be sure to have him. You know, he can reach out to me anytime. I'm always happy to talk about it. Jampro, I hope you're doing well. I had a really fun guitar festival weekend. We got to play, and the band played really, really tight. It was really killer. And we had a really good audience. It was really fun. One of the headlining vocalists came in to see our band play, and it was really fun to see her, Tiff. And so it was really neat. Her name is Tiff, and she sings for, let's see, Robin Barrett, the Robin Barrett Band in Walla Walla, Washington. It was really fun. And it's kind of interesting. They call it a guitar festival, which I guess it kind of is, because I'm pretty sure that every band that they had play for it probably had a guitar in it. But it's all blues. The whole thing is a blues. Every band, pretty much, except for us, is either blues or Americana style music. So it was kind of fun for us Although we don't play in any of the main stages, because God forbid they have a rock band play on a main stage anywhere with distortion on the guitar, you know. But we're not heavy metal by any stretch of the imagination. We don't play blues at all. It would have been probably a nice break, and it would be great for us to be able to play a festival like that and not have to take all of our gear and all of that. But yeah, and that's a great question. Yeah, phone's doing wonderful. I have no idea what I did to solve it, but it's fixed. And I have a suspicion that the text size was changed to a point that it was taking up so much space that it was, I don't know, using up all of the text stuff that I could use. So it's in the past now. I don't remember my text ever. I never changed the size of my text. I can read just fine. In fact, I can see it better when it's small. So I know that might sound kind of weird. Well, so let's get into this. So I have in my possession at my home right now, and it's sitting in a case right behind me. I don't know how well you could see it. Oh, booking new shows, good. Yeah, that's important. We got a really great audio and video recording from our show. We're not going to air it on YouTube. Just because we feel like we could probably have a little better video production and such. So what I have in my possession is a 19. I know I'm going to get quiet when I get away from the microphone. See if I can knock my keyboard off the stand. Yeah, almost. I moved this keyboard stand very close to where I play because I was recording some keyboard the other night. And I'm also getting used to my new computer chair. I have a new chair. Mr. Rock. Hey. Kind of dark, yeah. I can turn up the light a little bit. So this is a 1991 Fender, Japanese-made Fender Stratocaster. You guys have all seen them many times. And I finally got to play it today. When it came in, it needed some modifications to the, yeah, I know, I get vanished back there. I needed some modifications to the appearance of the guitar. And so I ordered new knobs, got some screws for it. Got a whammy bar, which I'll tell you about here in a minute, and a new switch, pickup selector switch, so that all of the colors jive. And the owner, don't quote me on this, there is a back cover plate, and I will probably put that on and let the owner of this guitar take it off of her on her own goodwill. And she had a new pick guard for it. And I did some work with her for her. I've done lots of work for this young lady, and well, not lots, but I've definitely worked for her before. And she was telling me about trying to change the pick guard out, you know, in one of her guitars. And I haven't showed you the front of this thing yet. Nope. I'll make you wait. Right? I'm going to make you wait. And she quickly found out that if you buy a pick guard for any guitar ever made, I don't care what it is, it ain't easy. Now we're talking about Stratocasters, Telecasters, SGs, even a Gibson Les Paul. Pick a guitar that has a pick guard on it, and go ahead, just for the sake of finding out, go ahead and go buy a pick guard. Buy the cheapest pick guard you can find, and go ahead and change it out on your guitar. And then you can put the old pick guard back on it. You're not going to hurt anything, but you'll find out very quickly. Actually went the exact opposite. It's very close to the SRV model. I'm gonna let me see if I can make this a bit brighter. There we go. Yeah, now my my face is really well lit up. I'm gonna make myself look tan. So now we got a much better. That's pretty close. So yeah, it's the two-tone tobacco burst is what I call this. Figure didn't fit. Well, yeah, if you didn't have to fill holes and re-drill holes or sand plastic for hours on end and get, you were very, very lucky. That's all I can say about that. Again, two-tone sunburst. It's not a three-tone, as the light would almost make it appear that it has an orange. It does not. Fit their guitar. I had to cut one for my Strat. Yep, definitely custom now, indeed. Which this one is the same thing. We put a new pickguard on it, and it is a what is it? 11 hole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's an 11 hole pickguard. And of course, 3 of the holes didn't line up at all. And so we had to fill holes and re-drill holes and all that. Or not re-drill them, but drill them. And then I had to, some of the holes, like the one at the tip of the pickguard, like right here, or the tip of the horn, you know, I mean, that's obviously in the same spot on every guitar ever made, right? This is a Fender Stratocaster. Don't they put the holes in the same spot on all the guitars? Or wait, they've changed the size of the body of the guitar? Or what? Yeah. Now the sarcasm that I'm expressing right now is definitely sarcasm. So I got to play it finally today. After I got it done and set up and pickup heights adjusted and got the whammy bar set up. I'm going to call it a whammy bar versus a tremolo bar, because a tremolo bar would turn the volume of your guitar up and down when you wiggle the whammy bar on it. So we'll call it a whammy bar because this one is a vibrato bar, but most people call them a tremolo bar, which you still can't figure that out. But nonetheless, we did that, and we have floated the whammy bar. So the whammy bar is actually able to bend the pitch up and bend it down. And I'll tell you what, whoever did the modifications on this guitar, because this guitar was definitely modified before I ever got my hands on it. Somebody else had done some work, and they did some fantastic work. And I did shoot video of the entire change on this guitar. And I'm going to edit that all together and put that up. I haven't done one of those kinds of videos for a long time. So there's a lot of stuff on that if you do work on your own guitars or have an option to want to change a pickguard out, you might learn how to do that. So first thing I want to point out to you, check this neck out. Check that out. And I'm hoping that you can see that, but I don't think the light's doing me much justice here. Let me try and adjust the light here, either dim it or let's maybe make it a little bit more dim. Yeah, there we go. Let's show that up. Yeah. You see this? I don't know how well that's showing up on the camera. I mean, I spent $900 on the camera, but unfortunately I can only broadcast in 720p. It's a V-neck. And I don't even know if the owner of this guitar is even aware of that. She didn't say anything about it, but I finally figured that out today, that this has a very, very killer V-neck on it. You can kind of see the way the headstock comes down to a V shape right here, and it definitely is a V. And it is a very, very fast neck. Has very tiny frets, has a very wide radius. I believe that it's a 12-inch radius. If you make the bridge, let's just put this up here. We'll get some chat going up here. I got more mouses than I know what to do with now. You make the bridge to go down, you're going to have a different action. Well, Not necessarily. If you set them up in the proper order of operations, you can have, you can definitely have pretty normal string action. It depends on if you care, if you pull back on that bar or dive down on that bar, if the strings hit the fingerboard, which this one, this is a really great whammy bar. Yeah, the lacquer. I'm not a fan of lacquered fingerboard or necks. My new Strat doesn't have lacquer on it, and that's a great point. I don't sweat much when I play. I'm just cool, calm, and collected when I'm playing. I don't get nervous. All the movement and running around such that I do does not make me sweat, so I don't notice it that much. That is not a beeping alarm. It is a vibrating alarm, and it is because my glucose was a little bit low, and it takes a few minutes right when I got started, and I've already taken care of it. I'm just waiting for my it to kick in. Yeah, I'll be fine here in just a moment. It's vibrating. Oh, it is actually beeping. Yeah, I thought I had that turned off, but apparently I can't turn it off. Let me see if I can turn this off. And you guys, I'm really sorry, because the only time this happens, I ain't kidding, the only time this happens is when I'm doing this. I'm going to see if I can turn these alarms. I know I've already done it. My blood glucose was just a little bit low, but now it's wanting to, let me see. Maybe the device settings, display, time, date, sound, and volume. CGM alerts. Vibrate. There we go. Okay. It should stop beeping now. My target is 100, and right now I'm at 74, and it lets me know, and I'm at 74 going level, and I'm coming back up. I took a little bit too much insulin with lunch. No, I appreciate that, Justin. I really do, and I do my best to not use anybody's real name on live streams unless you say it's okay. So I wouldn't even know what Mr. Rock's name is, which is just fine. So let's dig into this thing and see what she sounds like. Let me see if I can. Where is that? There we go. Okay. So here's what she looks like now. I'm going to scoot back a little bit so you can see it. It has this beautiful black with a kind of a flower design on it. It is a 3-layer, at least it appears to be a 3-layer. I don't know if this is this center line has been painted on here, because it doesn't seem to be that where I had to hog out some screws. So we've got a cream colored pickups, cream colored knobs, cream colored whammy bar tip, and a cream colored pickup selector switch. I cooked the whammy bar, the bridge assembly in my jewelry cleaner today for, I don't know, about an hour, and let that cook, and took it all apart, put it back together again, got it back on the guitar. We're using on this one, you brought up a string gauge. These are 9. These are 9s. Yep. These are 9-gauge strings. They're nothing like Stevie Ray Vaughan at all. But maple, it says one piece of maple neck. It does not have a fingerboard, laminated fingerboard. It is one piece, and it is a very beautiful quarter sawn piece of maple that is just absolutely gorgeous. The wood grain, the grain on this is just stunning. It's perfectly straight. This is a very strong neck. I did pull the neck off, took some photographs of the dates that were written on the interior and the end of the neck, so that the neck was definitely built in 1991. So I'm calling this a 1991 Fender Japanese-made Strat. It was definitely made in Japan. It has a sticker on the back that says made in Japan, and The serial number is K02. It starts with K02, which the K meaning the decade, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, it's a 1991. And it sounds really nice. So right now I'm plugged into a Fender Deluxe reverb amp, and I'm going to use the I'm going to try and use the 2 and 4 positions mostly on this guitar. You can call this 2 and that 4, whatever you want, but I call this 4 and that 2. All right, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Okay. It does have a treble bleed circuit wired into it, which does create a little bit of noise when you turn the volume down. So I'm not quite certain what that is all about. But with the volume turned all the way up, it's quiet, very quiet. With the and with the pickup selected just with one pickup, let's say on the bridge, there's some noise. It's typical Strat. We've been listening to that on recordings since the dawn of the Stratocaster, right? And here's what she sounds like. I've got the volume and the tones just dimed, and so that noise being introduced when I back the volume off, not really sure what that's about, and that might be something that I need to talk with her about to see if we can solve that. I think it has to do with the treble bleed circuit that's in this, and the fact that these are humbucker or single coil pickup. Now, the big thing is that I've heard so many guitar players complain that their guitar doesn't stay in tune. When they use their whammy bars. And so I talked with the owner of this guitar, and you know, I don't like locking them down because I feel like a Strat stays in tune better if you have it floating, because it gives you the opportunity to fix if it does get whacked out of tune, which I don't care what guitar it is, it will go out of tune at some point in time, and you have to adjust that. But having the bar floating is really it gives you the opportunity to fix something. We'll take it for a ride. See how she does. Okay, so kind of the point in doing that is not to just play, but to kind of see using the whammy bar, finger tap and bending notes to hell and back, right? Let's turn off all this crap that I had on this guitar and see if it's still in tune. So the high E string went bad. Katie, welcome. Well, you get to see it. You got to see it before you get to open the case. So thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you being here. Thank you for letting me bring this thing home. Here she is. That's what she looks like. I think we need to look at that. There's some noise that's happening here, and I think it's a treble bleed circuit. I'm not sure. But boy, this thing sure is. This is a beautiful guitar. My compliments. It's a very cool guitar. Now, again, thank you for your business. I appreciate it. And again, thank you for letting me bring this thing home. I played it today and I was like, holy crap. Now, one thing about this guitar that I find really interesting is how small the frets are. I don't know if that gives you any inkling of how narrow and short, big enough for all the frequencies. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but you know, I'll give you a little better close-up of the body, what it looks like. And a couple of details about this. The original screws that it had a white pick guard, which Jampro, I know, dude. I know you're puking right now. Why would they put a white pick guard on any guitar in the history of guitars? I don't know. They are truly ugly, in my humble opinion. Yeah, it's a two-tone sunburst, man. Or tobacco burst is what they call it. The light's not really doing it justice. It's definitely a lot lighter yellow than. I'm gonna try and see if I can. That is a much more honest color. It's definitely yellow like that. It's beautiful. It's probably a little bit lighter yellow. Let's see. There we go. That's pretty damn close. And I am not that tan, right? But yeah, that's a pretty close color match. But let me see. What's going on? Hearing some clipping. Okay. Yeah, white is you. And I'm really glad that that she decided to go with this pick guard. Really cool. Kind of unexpected, and I don't know. I think if I'm correct, she told me that the previous owner had already bought this for the guitar. I'm not. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so a couple things we did. The pickup adjustment screws. Now, the ones that came that were in the original pick guard, the screw holes were countersunk. Ultimately, like all the pick guard hold down screws. Well, these screws in this pick guard were not countersunk. And also the screw heads were just massive. They were as big as this one on the pickup switch selector, pickup selector switch. So I took some smaller screws off of a different pick guard that I never throw anything away, right? It's just crappy white pick guard with these pickups in it, and I swapped them out so that these screws are a bit smaller and they fit and they kind of recess and they look more natural, like it was built like this instead of having these big clunky screws, which I I don't like screws sticking up above a pick guard plate. You know, like they have countersunk angles on the edges all the way around the inside of the screw. And if it hits there, then it's sticking up above the pick guard, you know, 16th or 32nd of an inch. Oh, Amazon. Okay. Cool. Did have to replace or re-drill, I believe, this hole, and if you ever take this pick guard off, you'll see what I had to do in there to get that screw to hold it. There wasn't enough material there. It seems like I'm hearing some clicking in my voice. I'm not sure what that is. But anyhow, and let's see. Oh yeah. Now we can have it. Sorry about the buzz. It's a single coil pickups. They make noise, right? There's nothing you can do about that. Right? And then they get louder as you roll the volume back until it's off. So we'll have to fix that. But yeah, we had to fill and re-drill a couple of the holes, these two and this one. These two lined up perfectly, and the pick guard just was perfectly aligned right here. And this one was right where it was. I had to re-drill this one. So a lot of stuff went into this one. We can talk about that when I see you. But I thought I'd play it just a little bit more, just because I'm not going to have the opportunity to play this. Yeah, 60 cycle hum. I'm not going to have a lot of opportunity to play this instrument, so I'm going to pick a different backing track and just play along with it. And again, I'm not going to be on here terribly long. I just wanted to play this thing a little bit tonight. So let's see. Yeah, we'll have to discuss what to do about that. I don't even know what key this. Okay. Great question. I'm using a Crybaby, an emulation of a Crybaby. I'm not sure that there's a custom wah that I could use on this thing, but not really happy. This thing sounded. Yeah, it's kind of bright. And also, I'm using an octave fuzz pedal I've never used before, so. It almost sounds like the octave is not turned on. Forgive me. Let me see if that is turned off. I don't know if it is. I can't tell. That's a noisy pedal, though. Let me pause this for a moment. I'll play one more and then I'll go back to private jam. Who's here? Who's here? Huh. That's interesting. Somebody knocking on my door. It's totally silent here. I don't know who it is. Okay. Let me push play. I'll play along with this thing one more time. Yeah, this thing's doing great. I thought somebody was knocking on my door. I don't know what that was. All right, you guys, have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. Congratulations on your new guitar. I think you made some good choices with this thing. I wiped the fingerprints off of it and maybe put a new set of strings on it before you come get it. Does that sound good? You guys have a really